Gonna do. Found a file. I guess I'll just. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Okay, I'll start out by reading. Here we go. Try to find that door and then go start the DLC. Delivery and raise you a dead dog. Yeah, like a straight up deceased dog. Had a smelled. Don't go whining to me. I wish I got to watch a parade of human teeth. Hey, Cthulhu. I thought you were going to be doing stuff. So that's why I didn't send you a message. Yeah, that is a reference to the person who found all the teeth they had to go through delivery. And I'm getting a message. Hold on, I gotta clear this. Longer than I thought I was, so that's a good message. Alright, so, still don't know where that door is. I don't even begin to know where I need to go to get to that door. That false elevator. Unless it's part of the DLC. It could be. Hey! Brandon's here too. So, yeah, maybe I should just start the DLC and stop looking for this door. This mysterious door full of whatever. Alright. Well, I'll just get out of here then. Well, that sounds sexy. What a sexy problem to have. Alright, I'm dressed like a janitor now, in case you didn't know. Because I'm here to clean up problems. And back to Central Executive. I'm pretty sure that's how I start this off. So, I don't remember how the DLC started, but the important thing to know is it answers more questions from the game. And specifically, the house talked about it is stored somewhere in the basement. So, the name of the DLC was The Foundation, which could be, you know, the Foundation like a group, but it could also be a foundation like, you know, below the floorboards. So.
His sightings in the Ocean View Motel. Could survivors be hiding inside?
It's possible. I remember a report about a similar incident from 84.
She's talking on the phone.
The whole department doing the house show. The department head was found in the motel 2 years later. His arm stuck in the vending machine.
Make a note to send in a search party when possible.
Variants and alterations. Analysis of the Hiss threat, Part 5. Summary. Hiss corruption manifests in very different ways. Some hosts remain largely unchanged, while others are barely recognizable as humans. What determines this level of alteration? Is the duration of corruption? It could simply be an evolutionary process. Each entity represents a stage of growth in an undiscovered linear progress leading towards what? Additionally, the Hiss entities possess various paranatural abilities. Have they achieved this? Do they gain them from corrupting objects of power? Have they corrupted a single highly talented para-utilitarian and then divided their access to paranatural abilities across the network of his corrupted hosts? As a scientist, I am hindered by the sheer number of questions. It's difficult to identify where one should begin. What is the most pertinent question? How do we kill it? That seems like a good start. Refer to file redacted for a good start. Yeah. Anyway, what's up, Emily?
Jesse, good to see you. We've got Dylan situated in his containment cell like you asked. I've got medical staff running tests as we speak, and I'd be happy to walk you through the details later. Other than that, what's next?
With the slide projector turned off, the Hiss are shut out, but we're stuck with the ones already here. We can't lift the lockdown until they're all eradicated. If any Hiss ever got out, that would be the end of everything.
Well, eliminating them all will take time. Look, I'll do what I can on my end, but my research is progressing slower than I'd like.
I think I can help with that. I am making you the head of research, effective immediately. I want you to use everything the Bureau has, every resource, every confidential scrap of data, and find a way to keep the Hiss out for good.
That's it. Really? I mean, yes, I can certainly... Yes! Yes, I accept.
You'll do great. Besides, I didn't really have anyone else lined up.
Everyone else is dead except that bitch in mold.
Thank you.
Alright, anything else to say, Emily?
I've looked through the docs we found in Dimensional Research. That slide projector is extremely powerful. You were right to shut it down.
Yes, you got more to
How
say.
do you feel about me taking over as director?
You act like it just happened. You've been director since we first met, remember? I'm still thrilled. Nothing's changed. Not for me. But the Bureau has changed. Trench and Darling are gone. Their knowledge, anything not written down, disappeared with them. They knew the Bureau better than anyone.
They're the learn from their mistakes. We'll be better than they ever were. We won't ever be like them. When the Hiss got into my head, I saw some weird things. I think Darling even spoke to me. Does that make any sense to you?
Empirically, no, but phantom voices as well as hallucinatory states are not uncommon here. And considering the forces that Dr. Darling was working with, he could have been transferred to a different plane of consciousness, physically or otherwise.
And that doesn't upset you?
Oh, very. And the fact that he hid those forces from me, it's infuriating. But Darling's dream was always to look beyond our reality. And this time he may have taken a step too far, but as long as his consciousness can perceive his surroundings, I'm sure he's loving it.
Maybe Darling was just trying to protect you from the darker side of his work.
Fuck that. I'm not a child. Like, don't just assume I'm going to consider something morally repugnant.
Which it all was.
Which it all was, of course.
How is Dylan?
The same. I can't detect any Hiss activity, but his physiology has certainly been altered by it. And I can't tell if his brain activity is genuine or simply the aftermath of the Hiss, like spasms. Dylan could wake up tomorrow for all I know. I really can't say.
Then I just have to wait for him. That's fair. He waited a long time for me.
Dylan's all scrambled
Don't worry.
eggs.
We'll be monitoring him round the clock. If he wakes up, we'll be ready. I don't mean that in a hostile way, just... well, you know.
I hear you. My brother isn't exactly popular around here. I hope one day he'll have the chance to change that.
No, because he was murderous even before he had the alien parasites in his head.
So, there was a moment, after Hedron died, that I couldn't feel my powers. The hiss got into my head. Just for a moment.
So that explains the HRA outage. Before we knew what was happening, the hiss had us. They were in my head. I saw terrible things. I mean, I was about to go under forever when the hiss was pushed back. The HRAs had come back on. Dylan vanished afterwards, and we fought off the hiss that came after him. So if Hedron's death knocked out the HRAs, that means there must be a new local source for them to relay, which I'm guessing must be...
me.
You. Hedron is dead, assuming that word even applies to a resonant-based life form. But whatever it awakened in you, the power you call Polaris, is still active. Or at least, that's what my instruments are telling me.
I don't think we're ever gonna understand all of this. And I'm okay with that. I'm just glad you're here with me. That's good to know. Thanks, Emily.
Alright, let's find out about the board.
I found Dylan attacking the astral plane and the board. What was he hoping to accomplish?
Huh. Since they arrived, Hiss have been corrupting objects of power, which have an inherent link to the astral plane. Maybe their goal was to access the astral plane, and the board itself.
That still doesn't tell us why.
His motives are a difficult thing to work out, but I have been digging through confidential files and noticed a strange gap in knowledge regarding the board. Looks like any data on them has either been deleted or was never gathered in the first place.
Then maybe it's time someone looked into that.
Maybe it is.
Well, I've got a bureau to run. See you soon.
Yes, ma'am, Director Faden.
I do feel awkward doing this
Please,
in a
Emily.
janitor outfit.
Not even as a joke.
Alright, well, let's see if Erish has anything to say.
Finding the armory? None. I heard you closed the Hiss portal, or whatever it is we're calling it. If we could just flush out the stragglers.
So, what's next for Simon Reish?
Well, first off, I'm banning all slide projectors. That's it. Seriously, though, we need to review our protocols. Research should not be making decisions that endanger the entire Bureau, fuck it, the entire fucking world, without some serious oversight.
I think Pope would agree. Certain people in the Bureau have been working in the shadows for too long.
And I'd like to make these HRAs part of a mandatory Bureau uniform. They're not stylish, but better safe than sorry.
I don't think anyone will complain. Not after this. What are your thoughts on me serving as director?
Well, I couldn't be more excited. I mean... Well, I'm honored to serve, man. I mean, fuck, shit. Faken. Sorry.
He'll get it one day.
Yeah, I know you want me to do that.
So, what's the situation in my bureau, Arish?
The situation is we are still up to our eyes in Hiss. Not to mention the months of repairs it's gonna take just to get this place up and running again.
But is it doable?
Oops.
Of course it is. You just might need to tell some rangers to grab a wrench once they're done hunting Hiss.
Did anyone ever mention to you that Darling was using a slide projector?
Salvador never did, but I doubt he even knew. Look, I'm well aware that it's our job to study and contain the things that we don't understand, but some of the things that Darling did were way outside of our mission statement. Look, these things are not toys, and acting like they are is only ever going to end one way. At least Pope seems to understand that.
Well, it's secure now. No one can reach it without my say-so.
But thank Christ for that.
Marshall's been missing for a while now. Any ideas where she could be?
The last time I saw her was in maintenance when I was leading the Rangers out of the Atlas. Yeah, I told her it wasn't safe, but she said she had to go check on something.
Did you ask where she was going?
Whew. Marshall is not the kind of person you question. Kind of intimidating, you know? But, she was by herself. If that helps at all.
Not really. But thanks. Hopefully she turns up. I'll see you later.
Okay, there's a couple other things I need to check, but I should go look at the nostalgia department right now. Because...
Pope was promoted. Head of research.
Ooh.
What? The director's just handing out promotions?
I guess you better get in there.
Do you want one? You could be promoted to survivor. No, the nostalgia department where the projector was. I should go check out and see what it looks like now that I've beaten the main game. Where is that? It's not this way.
Closes the his dimension. She extends the power back. We're still on lockdown, for Christ's sake.
New file. Pope's promotion. Wow, that was quick. Review. Dr. Darling has personally recommended Miss Pope for promotion based on her work ethic and assistance in advancing many ongoing research matters. See research reports. Redacted for breakthroughs, continuing her work. Recommendation. According to her colleagues, Pope has displayed a keen eye for detail and a quick grasp of paranatural concepts. She is professional and diligent, though some of her coworkers would complain of social disinterest. Review committee approaches the recommendation and promotes Ms. Pope to the position of research specialist. Well, it's good I got her review. There's some things in here I don't have. Collective unconsciousness. Collective unconsciousness is defined as a form of unconsciousness that is shared by all human minds. From this arises unconscious knowledge linking us through our ancestral heritage. See Young Report, page 12-34, or 12 through 34. Through this collective unconsciousness, we unknowingly attribute a series of images and archetypes to all elements of our lives. These archetypes are never fixed, but shift and change in tandem with our species and culture. This internal belief in the power of images shared by a massive population is redacted in the creation of altered items and objects of power. The sheer amount of redacted exuded is attracted to the best representation of that image, imbuing a single object with massive amounts of redacted. Theoretically, places of power could likewise be formed by the simple power of sustained collective belief. So everything powerful in here is a tulpa, pretty much. It's a thought form. We created it by thinking about it. But it wasn't just one person thinking about it. It was a whole lot of people thinking about it. Nothing in this office. That's the director office, right? Yeah. I don't want to go that way. I already did. Where's the path I want to go on?
Darling's really gone.
Oh! Right here, nostalgia department. Hey. Hess! Give me a hair. We're getting ready, you guys. Alright. So... you've been fired. You've been redacted. Alright, so... to spend my time fighting in here. Because I don't really need to kill the people in here. This is not where I want to go, you know? I want to go to the nostalgia department. If you guys would just let me leave, I wouldn't have to kill you. I do want to fight them all. I'm just looking for the nostalgia department, man. I don't need to fight them all, because that's not what I need to do. There's still one in here somewhere. Somewhere. Oh. Wow, I force choked him and it didn't immediately kill him. I've never seen someone survive being force choked. It's communications. This is not where I want to be, right? Where is the nostalgia department? Maybe... Maybe this way? Ah, here's the nostalgia department. It's really dark down here. Oh, it just ends. So it's just sealed off now. Oh, it's better than exploding with his energy, I suppose. Alright, well... I guess I'll visit the other researcher and see how she feels about me promoting someone over her, even though she has seniority. And also apparently smashing through concrete with my face. And I would have to... Oh, the elevator would be fastest to get there. Let's take the elevator. Hey. Oh, you know what? No, it wouldn't. Because there is a... You telling me to put on the suit again? Fine. You just like a woman in a suit. Alright. Suit doesn't have a tie, so it doesn't hold any interest for me. Power suit needs a power tie. Alright. She was... in the active threshold. The power tie is nice, okay? No, it doesn't. You just like tight buns. Haha, get it? Janitor's clearly the best outfit because she has to clean everything up. And also, she is a secondary employee to the janitor, even as director. Janitor, it goes janitor, director, everybody else. Okay, that's not a thing I was worried about, but alright. Alright. Hey, what's up? How's research going down here?
Do you need something? I assume you'll be staying with us until the mold is eradicated.
Indeed. Until I find a permanent resolution to this pesky fungus business, I'll be here. Perhaps even beyond that, seeing as you are quite understaffed at the moment. Though I hardly have a say in my own comings or goings. Your oldest house won't open the exits until those hiss monstrosities are cleared out.
Glad to have you along for the ride.
How is the mold doing?
Will the mold be under control anytime soon?
We were barely containing it with weakly controlled burns. Just look at how it has spread after a few days of non-interference. It's beyond the threshold now. The floodgates are open.
So that's a no.
Americans.
So the mold is a problem.
With Darling gone, I'm putting Emily Pope in charge of the research sector. Are you okay with that?
Perfectly. You have pulled Excalibur from the stone, and now decree as you see fit, O Queen. What a true meritocracy we live in.
Glad to hear it. I had a dream. Or something like one. Darling was there. He told me something, but I can't remember what. I think he's gone.
Right. Well, he's never where one expects him to be, is he? Well, thank God. I can finally stop writing these tedious reports that I'm sure he never even took the time to glance at. If you speak to him again, can you tell him I...
Love him?
I hope he found what he was looking for.
I'll try.
I should be getting back to work.
Alright.
I'll see you later, Rhea.
Dr. Underhill, if you please.
I need to talk to the board. Oh, I need to get to the hotline chamber. Alright. Well, I can do that from the director's office, I'm pretty sure. Oh, this place is gross. Ba, 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 ba. All right. So fastest place would be from yeah, director's office works. Got to talk to the board to find out what's going on. So, do you think I should have promoted Dr. Underhill in charge of everything? I think her expertise is really just mold. Also, she doesn't seem to care about anything but the mold, so...
Any luck finding the armory?
None. Looks like I got shifted. We have rangers taking
Alright, here we go to the director's office.
She expects a pat on the back. We're still in lockdown for Christ's sake.
Penicillin was... I don't remember who discovered penicillin. Off the top of my head. Louis Pasteur was pasteurization. Oh, here we go. We got another call. I better go take this.
Even if it was a dream, I feel Darling reached out to me through the hotline. I have a feeling he and Trench will be the only callers from or beyond.
Here we go. Director, situation, crisis, and foundation. We demand your attention, Moxie. The oldest house is in danger. We open the door, Tree, in maintenance. Hurry, post haste.
Problem in the foundation. That was Auti's vacation spot. We need to check this out.
Alright. Time to go find Auti on vacation. This was the wrong direction. We need to go back to the director's office, back to Central Resource, take the control point, warp to Auti's vacation spot, and then we're good. It's all gravy. Man, you guys really need to bugger off. Oh, really? I missed that badly? Boy, that gun does not do a lot of damage. Why does it keep telling me to make an astral construct? There is nothing... new there. Alright. Now we gotta warp to maintenance. That is foundation. There we go. So confirmation from the board that the house and tree are the same word in whatever language they use. So I'm pretty sure the house is Yggdrasil, and I think the house demands blood sacrifice. But some people think the house just needs warriors. I don't know. I think the house is bad. I think the house likes killing people.
Dark, quiet, trans-dimensional. This place really suits Ahti.
Yeah, dude's dark, quiet,
So that etching is the door.
and trans-dimensional.
Okay, let's try opening it.
Here I go, through the door. Here's an interesting hint. Use more than one type of attack. Your gun and psychic powers are not linked. Alright. So, I'm in the foundation. It's dark.
No time for sightseeing. The board said this was an emergency.
And I gotta go. Research site Gamma.
Looks like no one's been down here in a while.
Wow, that one battery powered it all back up? That's pretty good. Remember now which gun I want to use, and that would be the charge.
Crystals are kind of pretty. Emily would be having a field day down here.
Research site Delta. I'm pretty sure there's a thing to find in here. There we go.
My life's been a strange one. My life's a strange one. Certainly stranger than I'd like. But this place, it's something else. The floors crawl, the walls slither. It's a shifting pit. On the street, it's just another drab building standing there for anyone to see. But no one does. How do we miss it? Northmore. Acting director Northmore now is on a train from Washington. He'll expect answers, which is why I'm making these tapes. They're evidence that I'm at least trying to understand. Father searched his entire life for something like this, and we find it 1 week after he's buried. He always hated irony. Of course, Father, the great director, Ash, would have been the first man in. And look at me, his bookworm son. The supposed head of research who can't stop his legs from shaking long enough to step over the threshold.
Oh, he's not Northmore's son. He's the son of Director Ash, who was before Northmore, before they moved into the building. Okay. I think I messed that up when I've talked about Ash before. I talked about him as Northmore's son. I was wrong. He works with Northmore, or worked with Northmore. Yeah, I messed up talking about it. These crystals are blocking my path. Alright. Well, let's go to research site Delta.
The Foundation. Bottom of the oldest house. Stop the hiss.
Marshall? How is she on the hotline? Unless... she's dead.
So, now people can be on the hotline that are dead, possibly. See, before we thought we were talking to Trench because he shot himself with the bullet, and we were connected to the gun by the bullet. But now we have confirmation. Other people can call that hotline.
I only heard of the Foundation when I became head of operations. The very bottom of the oldest house. Director access only. Just the name alone is classified. Zachariah gave me a tour the day I was promoted. Said I should see it for myself, to understand. After that, I snuck down on my own from time to time to keep tabs on the place. And on that. But nothing ever changed down there. Not even the walls. It's solid, permanent, different from the rest of the house. Of course, they were always watching me. I never stayed long. I'm not stupid. I have to stop the hiss from finding this place. I'm the only one who can.
So, are the people watching her other employees?
Jesus.
Are
She seemed like the kind of woman who could survive anything.
So, she might be dead. Is the thing watching her down here other employees? It seemed like before the hiss, so I don't think the hiss were watching her. Lots of questions that tape raises. Why did what's his name say the floor slithered and moved? What is? Yep, the hiss figured it out. Why did what's his name say the floor slithered and moved? Or was he referring to the house slithers and moves, and then the pit is different? The foundation under the house. I don't know. But yeah, I get a little Congo, or I get a big Congo vibe from this "we are always watching you" sort of thing. The creepy Congo movie. I mean, that part is always what scared me as a kid, is we are always watching you. Alright, problem solved. And we get our first control point down here. Also, means control points are outside of the house. I can create control points that don't exist in the house, but exist instead under the house. Deep cavern is locked. Crystals are holding that. Can't get that object. Can't get that object. Can't get that object. Ooh, file. Cave paintings. On Art and Time, at first I thought the cave paintings in the Foundation chronicled ancient humans' encounter with natural occurrences like weather, but it soon became clear that it depicted events far outside the average human experience. Also, it seems I was wrong to assume the images are ancient. Radiocarbon dating suggests something impossible, that I've been down here longer than the paintings. That's absurd, though. The style and medium clearly indicate a Paleolithic origin. I was ready to conclude that an ancient community of humans lived in or around the oldest house. Now, with this information, I don't know what to think. Is one of our agents drawing these, or is there something down here with us? This place has a habit of skewing my results, so perhaps the data is corrupted. Or perhaps the paintings were created at different times. This art seems to chronicle not only the past, but also the present and possibly even the future. I see them in echoes I see them in the echoes of the board, some linear architecture. Even what could be interpreted as a director. Are the paintings telling a story of what's being written? If so, who's writing it? Alright. People are praying to the board, it appears. There's the board. There are people. Creepy. Alright, any other cave paintings? No, but I'll have to keep an eye out for cave paintings now. Make some interpretations. Let's see. Oh! We got our newbies. Yeah, you're mine. Mine jacked. These guys teleports. Whoop! Someone threw a grenade. Who's throwing grenades at me, huh? You can't teleport forever. I'll get you with a rock eventually.
Guess we're using pickaxes now.
Yeah, well, when they can teleport, why not? Probably should have looked at them a little bit better before they faded out. Alright, so there's some other collectible there. Let's get that upgrade material. Ooh, new file. Relocation order. Tom, you missed the good news. I'm sure the official memo will go out soon, but Northmore called an all hands on the crossroads to announce we're finally moving out of this hellhole and up into the house proper. Bureau brass apparently solved the moving walls problem, or at least figured out a way to pinpoint where and when they'll happen. All I know is it means goodbye darkness, goodbye weird lunches with that ex-Nazi scientist, and goodbye pissing into the pit. I know it was you, Barry. Northmore's ordering the foundation sealed as soon as we can haul our stuff out and somehow convince Ash to come with us. He's the only one kicking up a fuss. This is long overdue. We've lost 11 men and damn near $10,000 in supplies moving in between the entrance and the Foundation. For what, research? Ash is batty if he thinks we want to stay here and sift through more sand for him. It's just rusted iron flakes anyways. Did you know that? We're breathing that shit in. Alright, so that's why it's red like the surface of Mars. It's rust. Was there any more cave paintings? There's stuff up there. No cave paintings. Alright, now we got Crossroads. So yeah, there is a problem down here and the astral plane is leaking in. That's what's going on there. That is the emergency. Normally it's not as bright down here, it's only as bright as these lamps can illuminate. Oh. Beware of dangerous toxic geysers. Thank you. For that information. That's a light. Anything up here, though? Yes. No, I cannot get up that. If they weren't supposed to pee down here, how were they supposed to pee? Were they supposed to go back to the house and find a bathroom in the ever-shifting labyrinth? That seems like a terrible system. Whoever peed down here had the right idea. Ooh, another file. Alright, Foundation accident. Good news. Mr. Wilder, I have some bad news. You remember that Roberto Ricardo fellow we brought in as a special consultant to map the caves? Well, today he found a chamber with weird eyes covering every inch of the walls, and a strange black pillar in the center. Kinda looks like the one at the Crossroads, but smaller. We had a Bureau member shadowing him, but whatever happened in there did a number on our guest. The docs are taking a look at it, but it's pretty clear Mr. Adventure's exploring days are over. I know we were careful to limit this guy's exposure to the non-ordinary. Drugging him and carrying him through the upper floors was a real hoot, by the way. But we really needed to reevaluate our policies on external contractors. Hopefully, honestly, we'd be better off forming a special division trained in repelling and orienteering than subjecting more outsiders to the shit we deal with. They almost always end up dead or loony, Marcus. So, there is a second pillar in here, which means there's a first pillar in here. Ooh, item. Don't mind if I do. Shifting fragment. Alright. That is really bright.
The astral plane is cutting into our dimension.
Definitely.
If this happens in the upper floors, it'll destroy the Bureau.
Or it'll cause mold to get in. Right? Why are astral people attacking me? Oh, hey, they're fighting each other too. Oh, but awesome. Alright, here we go. Astral copy. Well, here we go. Research records on astral copies. Field research on astral entity, the astral copy. When the astral plane With the astral plane now physically accessible, a torrent of new information has been collected on the entities known as astral copies. The copies' bodies are composed of a dense stone-like material that is both resilient under controlled circumstances and brittle when struck with significant force. Whether the astral copies possess individual consciousness or are directed by higher intelligence such as the board remains unclear. However, the shared aggression seems to indicate a unified goal. Director Faden's encounters with these entities when binding objects of power in the astral plane indicate that they serve as live targets for potential para-utilitarians to practice on. Some have been equipped with Bureau weaponry, though it seems unlikely they were armed by our personnel. It is important to note that they appear immune to Hiss corruption. So if they're not corrupted by Hiss, why is the board having them attack me? Don't I work for the board? Shouldn't they be on board with me? I'm putting myself to sleep here.
With me. I could really use my head of research right about now.
She's just made head of research not too long ago.
Marshall?
Oh, hey, there's Marshall.
You're alive. The director!
Marshall. Taking a walk downtown. Oh, there's the thing. That must be the pillar.
Whoa. This place is huge.
Marshall? Can you hear me?
She was on the hotline, so that person couldn't have been Marshall, right? One problem at a time.
That's
Let's
a
see
hole.
what's going on with that pillar first.
That's a hole in the astral plane right there. And it looks like it shot out that piece of rock. Alright, well my psychic powers tell me to commune with it, so might as well. Nail door monolith is hurt. Touch, revive it to enter. Okay. Repair the nail link to prevent astral consumption collision. This director's duty plot. Authorized for a single new tool upgrade. Use it to save the Foundation Us Bureau. Left self or right weapon. Only one is permitted. Which of us will you choose? Become.
Choose one. I thought I was done with these tests.
Right. Choose the astral plane challenge. So shoot crystals. Or earthbending. Left self will grant shape manipulate. Right weapon will grant fracture undo. Let's go with earthbending. I'm gonna be the greatest earthbender. We are tweaking, cultivating the ability you. Alright, so minerals, roots, particles grow across the Foundation. Use the new upgrade self to shape initiate. You are the first director to receive this. You should feel honored. Handled. Alright. Well, easy enough. Well, there we go. Earthbending in specific spots. Certain crystal formations crumble after being shaped. So it's non-permanent. Okay then. There we go. And success! I did it! I'm the best earthbender that ever lived. Dismantle, loosen the 4 locks, keys, MacGuffins, located in the fringe nowhere of the astral plane. Astral bleeding collision has spread, lost them. Do this and the nail will be repaired, glued, crisis averted. P.S. Bonus round, hiss are present in the Foundation. Trespassing, snooping is forbidden. For what, the hiss or me? Oh, hey. There we go, that's one way to forbid someone from trespassing. Alright. Alright, I get how this works for combat. Make spikies. Alright, I have to do this while flying. Can I get up there? No, I cannot. And since these don't last forever, I gotta be quick about it. There we go. Success! Well, the astral plane looked pretty good,
Okay,
not busted up as well.
let's review. This broken pillar is called
The nail.
It was broken by something, and now the astral plane is bleeding into the Foundation, which will destroy the oldest house, the Bureau, and everyone inside. I need to find 4 locks, or keys, or whatever, to stop that from happening. But I'm the director. I've handled worse.
Alright,
This should be simple.
I think this is good for
You with
today.
me?
I should be back to stream tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Wrong thing. That was the wrong thing to click. I'm still broadcasting because I clicked the wrong thing. I'm good.